There comes a time in every man's life when he starts to think about his own mortality and the legacy that he'll leave for his future children. If only he could summon up the courage to talk to that smoking hot waitress that always manages to get his coffee just right. Black. No sugar, no milk. But before he can do that, he first has to create a plan for himself to know where he's ultimately going, which is why I've created for myself a set of stand-up career goals that I'd like to share with you today. But before I do that, I'm gonna go put on some pants first. It's starting to get real chilly. Okay, yep, that's better. Welcome to my channel, guys. If you're unfamiliar, my name is Chaim. I'm a stand-up comedian, and in this video I wanted to talk about goals. I've been doing comedy for a little over 5.5 years now, and at this point in my career, I don't exactly know how to get to the next step. The problem with trying to find success in stand-up comedy is that there's no textbook or manual telling you how to get from one step to another. And I thought the best thing to do right now is to create a set of goals for myself, and I thought I'd share with you guys some of those goals today. Now, some of you may inquire, why am I creating a set of yearly goals for myself early July? And here's the thing, you're coming off super judgmental, okay? Honestly, I'm trying to better myself here. You don't have to question everything about me. I don't know, honestly, I think later is better than never, and as of right now, I just thought it'd be great to have a set of goals that I can try to attain by the end of this year. So without wasting any more time, guys, let's just get into it. Number one, I'd like to have a brand new 5 minutes. In a previous video that I made, you can go check out, I talked about the fact that there was a large period of time where I wasn't writing anything new, and I started to burn out. And in the past few months, I've finally started to write some new material again, and it's a good feeling. It makes me feel a lot more rejuvenated about doing comedy. Here's the thing though, when you're constantly trying to come up with new material and trying it out, a lot of that material is just not gonna work. Honestly, it feels almost as if I'm never ever going to write another joke again. And I'd like to at least prove to myself that I still know how to write jokes. And I think if I consistently continue to write and perform and try to work out some new jokes, maybe I can get there. I'd like to have a brand new 5 minutes to kind of prove to myself that I could write something funny. Number two, I'd like to have a friend. I need a friend. Here's something I've struggled with for a while, and that is trying to make connections when it comes to the stand-up world. I don't know what it is, but I've had a really difficult time relating to a lot of these comedians for whatever reason. Try to really create some connections and try to make some new friends, and I'd like to have at least one comedian friend by the end of this year. Someone that I could write jokes with and maybe even grab a beer, honestly, because it'd be nice to have a friend. Honestly, I need some more friends, so this would honestly just be a nice thing in general. Number three, book more shows in general. I'd like to be performing more. As of right now, my booker, she books me about a few times a month, but I like to be performing more, and I think that has something to do with the fact that I have not been really making as many connections as I could be in the comedy world. The fact that if I can make some more friends, they can book me on their shows, etc. So I'd like to be performing in more places. I'd like to at least be booking 2 or 3 more shows than I regularly am as of right now. That would just be nice. Number four, I'd like to host a show. I've been trying to convince my booker for a while now to have me host one of the shows, and she pretty much has said no for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe she doesn't think I'm funny enough, maybe she just doesn't have a lot of faith in me, and I think that has more to do with me. I feel like I haven't proven myself as a comedian, and I think in order to prove to her and myself that I can host a show, and honestly, I think I can. I've done it before in the past. I've enjoyed it. I think I just need to get better as a comedian, and if I can at least convince her that I can host a show by the end of this year, it'll prove to her, and I think myself, that I'm moving in the right direction. Number five, book a gig outside of the New York area or get a paid gig. Or both. Honestly, if I get a gig booked outside of New York and it's paid, I mean, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I have had paid gigs in the past, and perhaps I'll make a video about that. Is comedy lucrative? Short answer, no, at least not as of right now. But I feel like if I can get a paid gig, honestly, it'll feel like I'm moving in the right direction. Or book a gig outside of New York. I have performed in different places outside of New York, but I've never been booked in a comedy club outside of New York, and I feel like that would just be a really great experience to know what other crowds are like outside of this tri-state area. And so I think if I could attain one of those goals, I can feel like I'm moving in the right direction. So I think for the most part, these are pretty attainable goals that push me in the right direction. And I'm thinking by the end of this year, I can create another video to let you guys know if I've actually attained these goals. It'll be pretty embarrassing if I come on a video and be like, no, I've not attained one of these goals. So I think making this video is already gonna push me a little more, kind of put pressure on me, and hopefully it'll actually push me to create a set of goals by the beginning of the year instead of middle of it. But, you know, one step at a time, honestly. And by the way, here's the thing. Honestly, if you really love me and you're not just saying that, hit that subscribe button. Try to grow my social media. It's definitely a big part of me trying to create some buzz for myself, and you doing that absolutely helps me continue to put out more content and get myself to the next level. Thank you guys so much, coming out with content every single week, and enjoy the rest of your day, you guys, because you deserve it.